A major war crimes trial related to Kosovo's struggle for independence from Serbia in the late 1990s gets underway in The Hague today. Former Kosovo President Hashim Thaci and 3 others are accused of murder and torture in connection with their roles in the Kosovo Liberation Army and the KLA's crackdown on opponents. Although victims' families have been waiting for justice for more than 2 decades, the trial with over 300 witnesses is unlikely to deliver any quick verdicts.
Hashim Thaci is the rebel who became president, only for his past to catch up with him at the height of his powers. Indicted for war crimes by the Kosovo Special Court.
In order to protect the integrity of the presidency of the Republic of Kosovo, I resign today from the position of President of the Republic of Kosovo.
Thaci was a top commander of the Kosovo Liberation Army during the 1990s. Seen here taking notes, diplomats called him the voice of reason.
You've been on television a lot.
But prosecutors accuse him of responsibility for nearly 100 murders carried out by his forces during the uprising against Serbian rule. Throughout the legal process, Thaci has vowed to clear his name.
Nobody can rewrite the history. This is a price for freedom. I believe in peace, truth, reconciliation and justice.
So too does Serb-Kosovan Aljika Bosanic. She lost 2 brothers in the conflict.
Maybe there's some additional evidence, as they call it, that will help the prosecutor and the judge to convict them, so that crimes of this kind are not repeated.
The wait for justice will be long. The trial expected to last months, if not years.
And for more on that story, let's bring in correspondent Lucia Schulten, who is in The Hague following the trial. So tell us a little bit more about what prosecutors accuse the former Kosovoan president of.
Yes, the allegations go back to the end of the 1990s when Kosovo was seeking independence from Serbia and eventually got it. Back then in the insurgency, the Kosovo Liberation Army was fighting against Serbia, and Hashim Thaci and 3 other men now being accused have been part of the Kosovo Liberation Army and now are accused of having committed war crimes and crimes against humanity. These war crimes and crimes against humanity include torture, murder, forced disappearance of people, but also persecution. The prosecutor said that they were going systematically against everyone who was against the Kosovo Liberation Army and that they're individually responsible for these deeds. To put a number on this, they're being accused of being responsible for up to 100 murders. All of the 4 accused have denied the charges.
And what is expected as the trial begins today?
Yeah, today it will start with the prosecutor reading out the opening statement. He has been allocated up to 5 hours for this. Then there might be 45 minutes if there's still time for the victims' counsel. And then only tomorrow the 4 defendants and their teams will have time to make their case.
What has been the reaction to this trial in Kosovo? Because, I mean, we've seen that he's been a popular politician.
Yeah. So as you've mentioned, when he was indicted or when he was put into detention, he was himself still the president. So back then and already now, you could have seen billboards of support for Hashim Thaci. And also yesterday, there have been protesters out on the street showing his support to him, who's considered for some a war hero. And even here in The Hague, there are people that are showing his support to him.
How long is the trial expected to last?
Yeah, the trial is supposed to last quite long. This is also because, let alone the prosecution has said that they will call upon 312 victims, which will take at least 2 years. This is without the defendants having already named any of their witnesses. So this trial will take a long time.
Thank you so much for your reporting. DW's Lucia Schulten joining us from The Hague, where, as we mentioned, former Kosovo President Hashim Thaci facing charges of war crimes.